What is the Akashic Records view on people using AI, artificial intelligence apps for connecting with their parts? And they're talking about it being a place to start. They're talking about it can be useful for an information gathering stage, gaining information, gaining awareness, scratching the surface. It's a start. It's a start. It's a start. It's a start. Cannot say that 3 times fast. I can't. Mm. They're saying it's impossible to do the deeper work with the AI. They're talking about needing that deeper self intelligence, divine intelligence that I mean, like it's glowy and magical and beautiful and inquisitive and curious and insightful and compassionate. Oh man, they're just showing so much like the energies, like the energy. Like they're saying when it comes to this, the words mean nothing. Words schmords. Like it means absolutely nothing. It is that energy behind it. They're talking about the energy behind it creates and supports the healing. It is essential. It is non-negotiable for the deeper, greater outcome, for the more meaningful outcome, for the more effective outcome. Non-negotiable. AI cannot be that. It has its limitations. So be aware of those limitations and use it where it's useful, use it where it's beneficial, and set it aside where it's not. It's all about finding balance. It's not about saying, you're not perfect enough, so I'm throwing you away. It's about saying, hey, this is a great tool for these circumstances, and it doesn't work for these others. Bring all the tools in and use them where they work and drop them where they don't. You're really emphasizing dropping them where they don't. Where they don't, where they don't, where they don't. And then they're also kind of acknowledging that it is going to be a little different for every client. Some clients may go further or a little bit deeper with AI, whereas other clients, they're, because they showed me internally, like for some clients, AI can divide their system internally even more. It's like they're talking about some of the most wounded clients, like really it's generally most beneficial for them to just stay away from it because they need that deeper love and compassion and kindness and gentleness so much that it can actually be harmful for them. And they're acknowledging for most people it's beneficial up to a point, but only to that point, whatever that point is for them. And then they're emphasizing whatever that point is for them. Any questions around this?
No, I just have a lot of appreciation for that information, especially thinking about when it's useful and when it's not, and finding the balance and it's yeah, the caution and care around using AI. Especially, when we're coming from big, complex trauma or attachment wounding that requires that attachment or remembering. of someone's divinity. Yeah, you can't get that through AI.
Yeah, as you're talking about that, they're literally showing what they had showed me before was all of a sudden I saw a lot big lines. They're talking about I- like just huge cracks, lines, whatever between the parts, big fissures between the parts, like just these huge lines just being created, and they're just divided more and more and more. And they're saying quite quickly too, in certain circumstances, certain people with certain parts using AI. And they're just talking about it, how it can create such a greater division that it can be incredibly harmful for some people, incredibly and deeply harmful.
Yeah, good to
Follow.
know.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying thank you.
Could they say more about how it could be harmful or why?
What would you like to say around that? And they're talking about just that it can be harmful. They don't want to say too much because they don't want to put fear into people. They're talking about using your discernment. Is this an okay tool for my client? Go into your heart and listen, or ask for guidance. They're saying, or ask an Akashic record reader or a psychic or whoever it is you would like. They're saying, ask the client, how does this make you feel? What happens in you with your parts? They're talking about just having them imagine it. Or if they've done it before, ask them, did they notice anything in their body? Did they notice anything in their moods later or in their thoughts later? They're showing like there's just more going on, like, they're that much more distracted, or they're talking about firefighter behaviors, like all of a sudden they're like binge eating or they're drinking more, whatever it is. Did you notice a shift, a change, anything that you didn't like in response to that? Whether you noticed it immediately in the moment or hours or days later. And then they're saying just avoid it if you're not sure. Just leave it off. Leave it off, leave it off, leave it off. And like they're just saying one-on-one is going to be a lot better if you're not sure and you have that opportunity, that arrangement, whatever it is, to just do the one-on-one instead. They're saying you can come back to it later when it feels comfortable. They're talking about how it can kind of supplement the one-on-one work, if and when it's safe to do so. And they're talking about trusting in your ability to discern this. You have the ability to discern this. You have it within you. They're talking about going back into the heart. In your heart, this is where you know these things. Come into here, and the more that you come into here, the more you will be able to discern these things for the benefit of you and your clients.